Hey, beautiful people of the internet, how are you guys doing today? Hopefully great, and welcome back to some Warframe. And as the title of this video states, we're going to be talking about DarkSector. And what is it? Essentially, it is a game that laid out the foundation for the Warframe that we have today. You could think of it like this: if DarkSector didn't exist, neither would Warframe. However, this is partially true because there are other aspects that happened outside of DarkSector that did influence the game, and I'm not going to be going over that in today's video as that will complicate things. If you guys would like to support me or the channel any further, head to the links down in the description. There you'll find a link to our merch store. You know what to do, and also don't forget to spot and click the subscribe button for more Warframe videos. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting close to 1300 subscribers. It'll be absolutely phenomenal if we can hit 1300 subscribers relatively soon and get through this milestone and go after the next challenge. Now, without further ado, let's get this video on the road, shall we? So, I want everyone to change their perspective or mindset. I want everyone to picture Warframe pre-Second Dream. In other words, picture the Warframe world without the operator. All you have is your Warframes, your primary, your secondary, and your melee weapons. That's it, and along with your 4 abilities. If you guys think of Warframe like that, then you'll understand the links between DarkSector and Warframe a lot clearer without having too much of a headache, even though I don't think it's going to be that much of anything crazy, because I do know there's a lot of new players out there that probably don't know anything about a true story behind DarkSector and other influences out there. And so DarkSector is a game that was made by, surprise surprise, Digital Extremes. The game actually has a lot of strong references to Warframe, to the point where you could say that DarkSector is Warframe 1 and the current Warframe that you guys see over on my YouTube channel is Warframe 2. As strong as these references are, Steve has already confirmed that DarkSector and Warframe are not linked together despite their references. Now, it's actually unfortunate that this happens because I kind of would like to see a bit of a cutscene or a visual gameplay of what exactly is the origins of Warframe, or a proper origins, you know. So anyways, I'll go over all of the references in another video, as because there's probably a lot more than I do think about. So the game takes place in fictional Eastern Lazria. You play as this character named Hayden Tenno, surprise surprise, I wonder what his surname means, who works for the CIA. Essentially, he's the type of guy that you would actually go and call to go and clean up a mess. You know, kind of like how those cliche type of bad guy line phrases where I'm going to take him out or make it look like an accident, you know, or go and clean up this mess. You know, kind of like those cliche type of bad guy or underworld type of vibes. Yeah, something like that. So Hayden is essentially tasked to go and intercept a rogue agent named Robert Mesner. In order to sabotage Robert, Hayden then goes and plants a C4 onto his main compound in hopes to go and stop him. However, he does fail and does meet his match against a metal humanoid called Nemesis. Now, here's one of the references. I'm sure you guys have probably picked up on a few while I was actually talking. But essentially, Nemesis is Nyx from Warframe. The reference gets even better than that. Why we know this is because you can actually get the Nemesis skin from DarkSector and you can go and claim it and use it in Warframe. Of course, you have to go and pay platinum for that, but you know the saying, passion frame is endgame. And one thing I do want to say is the Nyx that we have in DarkSector is so much cooler than the Nyx that we have in Warframe. Now listen, I've got nothing against the current Nyx that we have. I did hear about her getting a rework, but I don't think it was, I don't know if it's out yet or if it's any good, because I'm sure I would have heard something by now or, you know, noticed something by now. But essentially, the Nyx, I'm not too much of a big of a fan in the Nyx in Warframe, because at the end of the day, there's so many better crowd control Warframes up there or out there, and there's not really the content out there for us to aggressively have a strong crowd control frame out there like the trials and all that. But you know, that's whatever, that's my opinion. I think the DarkSector Nyx is kind of cool, and we should have a petition to actually have the DarkSector Nyx inside of Warframe, you know, as a quote-unquote rework. But anyways, I'm just rambling on. Let's move on with the video itself. So when Nemesis does go and confront Hayden, she essentially stabs him in the right arm with the hopes of killing him. And here's the thing, because this game took place in fictional Cold War, the Russians or the USSR actually had a biological weapon called the testicide virus. Now, I don't want to go into too much detail about this because I'm pretty sure the algorithm doesn't want me to like talk about something like a sensitive event, so I'm gonna cut this a bit short and like go through the cracks and everything. So essentially, the Russians had this biological weapon called the testicide virus, and obviously they want to use it for war purposes. Now, the Nemesis did infect Hayden with this virus in hopes to kill him, but instead Hayden's bot just adapted and then was able to use the virus at Hayden's disposal. So his right arm essentially just changes in such a way where he can go and spawn a quote-unquote signature weapon, and that signature weapon is a surprise, a glaive. This glaive you can actually go and use in Warframe. You've got the regular glaive, you've got the glaive prime, you've even got an infested glaive themed one as well that you guys can actually go to dojo and go and create. And ladies and gentlemen, that's all I'm going to talk about this game, because I don't want to spoil it too much. Because one thing I do want to say is, if this video does well, like if it gets at least 100 to 200 views, or at least say 30 to 40 likes, then I'll definitely be including some gameplay over on my channel, a full gameplay of it. But I do want to know, is there a market for this? Does anybody want to watch me play this game? Of course, you guys will be seeing my face and all that when it comes to these playthroughs. And yeah, so like I said, if this video does do well, then I'll definitely be playing it, and I definitely will be very appreciated at that, because at the end of the day, I know there's a lot of new players out there, and I think this is a cool secret to know about Warframe. There are other aspects out there, and like I said, I will be covering all the references from DarkSector to Warframe and vice versa in another video, because I do think it'll be an interesting video to go and make. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's all for today's video. If you guys have liked the video or it's helped you in any way or form, remember to leave a like, and don't forget to spot and click the subscribe button for more Warframe videos. I'm gonna make like a banana and split.